She swept the same sidewalk every morning, under the towering glass building, invisible to the world. But today, someone saw her. He stepped out, a man of success, power, cold suits and colder eyes, and yet, something about her made him stop. Elna, 25. African, graceful, grounded, and forgotten. She didn't ask for attention. She just did her work, silently, with dignity. The broom in her hands wasn't just a tool, it was survival, and maybe her shield. One rainy morning, she didn't stop sweeping, even when the sky wept. And then, he appeared again, this time holding an umbrella. "You'll catch a cold." Elena, softly. "I've caught worse." They stood under the same umbrella, but in different worlds. She didn't know why she accepted the coffee. Maybe it was his silence. Maybe it was his eyes, that for once, didn't look down at her. "What's your story?" "Elena, I'm still writing it." That was the moment. He smiled, and something inside him shifted. Job offer. A few days later, he offered her a job, inside the building. Better pay, warmer floors, but something in her paused. "Elena, are you offering kindness or curiosity?" "Daniel, does it matter?" "If it changes your life." She said yes, and life did change. One evening, they stood on the rooftop, the whole city beneath them. But his world? It was standing beside her. "Daniel, you make this cold place feel human." Elena looked at him, and for a second, she let herself believe. The next morning, on her cleaning cart, a small red velvet box, a silver hairpin. Simple, beautiful, like her. She wore it. She didn't thank him. She didn't need to. He saw it in her eyes. Light laughter. They began to talk, really talk, about books, dreams, broken things, and she laughed. For the first time in front of him, and that laugh, it stayed with him longer than any deal he ever closed. But not everyone smiled. Daniel's fiancée saw them, so did his mother, and the whispers grew louder than his heart. "Vanessa," angrily, "she cleans floors. She doesn't belong in your world." And Daniel, he said nothing. That night, Elena disappeared. Without a word, without a trace. He tried to move on, tried to forget, but every corner of that building reminded him of her. Until one day, he saw her again. In a small tea stall, far from the tower of glass. She looked tired, stronger, beautiful, still. The proposal. He stood in front of her. No suit, no ego. "Daniel, I lost everything the day you left. But the worst part, I never told you how I felt." She stared at him, eyes filled with tears, not of pain, but recognition. He knelt, on the same streets she once cleaned. "Daniel, will you sweep the floors of my life forever?" Final hug. She didn't say yes, she didn't say no. She just stepped forward and hugged him. And in that moment, they cleaned away the dust of every fear, every class, every difference. Because sometimes, love doesn't come in chandeliers or champagne. Sometimes, it wears a scarf and carries a broom.